I got something to say.
It's better to burn out than
Then fade away.
In the pool. You little bit lucky. Come down from the north, the local down south, gonna get some mediums across the middle. Oh, keep the ball, keep the ball. Let's do it. Oh.
Another Night was produced by Ron Van Dam and a crew of volunteers in Brockton for nearly 20 years. At the height of its popularity in the early 90s, Another Night was reaching over 350,000 homes in Brockton and surrounding towns. The show attracted the attention of Channel 7 in Boston, Entertainment Tonight, and cable viewers all over southeastern Massachusetts.
He gets a real job. Here's Ron Van Dam!
In 2011, three of the show's major contributors, producer and host Ron Van Dam, and writer-performers John Shanahan and Ed O'Rourke, drank some wine and reflected on the legendary Wednesday night party that was Another Night.
Well, the show started in 1985. It was very different. It wasn't organized. It was everything was trying everything. No one had done a show like our live variety show yet, and nobody knew what to do with it. So we wrote some comedy sketches that usually didn't work. At first we had a small studio audience because they wanted to see what was going on. But it was all trial and error. It was very much like walking for the first time and falling down 100 stairs and breaking your face and bleeding all over the carpet.
5 successful
Look at that girl over there with the buns, Michael. Look at the girl with the buns over there.
Unbelievable. Yo,
Yeah, thank you. Oh, boy. They are ladies' buns, huh?
I mean, I've told my son about Three Crazy Bastards and how it came about, and because that was just, well, I was gonna say that was one killer night. It turned out to be 2 killer nights, unfortunately. And I wish it was one of those things where we had gathered in the studio on a Sunday night, and we were going to do something, we didn't know what, which was often the case.
I don't know, guys. What do you think about the show this week?
I think it's coming together pretty good. I do too. I love this show. This is funny stuff.
Do you really, Ed?
I really think so.
And I love working on the show with you and with you.
And I love working on the show with you and with you.
And somewhere along the line, we decided to do a musical. God knows how. But we had this library of CDs. It was all bump music. It was all, it's for like transitions in and out of shows or underneath commercials. Like nothing was more than 2.5 minutes long. And so we started to sit down, and I remember putting this, CD in, and we'd listen to a couple seconds. They were like, no, nothing happened. No, nothing happened. No. And we'd go through. And all of a sudden there was this.
We're 3 crazy bastards with a show to run. 3 crazy bastards out to have some fun. I know you're crazy bastards because I'm one.
There's no stopping us until we're done.
3 crazy bastards, what do you know? Three crazy bastards on a cable show. The only thing that bites is that we get no dough.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. You're crazy, guys.
Crazy. Absolutely.
And I remember that we would pick a song. I would listen to it for about 10 minutes, write lyrics around it, make copies for everybody. We would go, we decided what we were going to do. We went out, we did the first scene in the first song, went back into the control room, and again, kept putting in more CDs and just kept listening until we heard something we thought might work, and something that triggered. I mean, I was writing most of the lyrics in that to start, and then we would all collaborate. And again, it was the same kind of thing where this sound would come up, we'd all just start laughing like idiots, and I'd start to write.
I have an idea that just might work. I don't mean to be rude, but the show needs more boobs. The audience wants something that's a little bit lewd. Now you might think it's dirty, but we've gotta get that audience. The male's 18 to 30, so what do you think?
Well, I need a drink.
We've tried everything else but the kitchen sink. I'm just trying to be a straight shooter, but this show is in the crapper if we don't get some hooters.
The other thing that's great too is that I remember, we got like 3 songs in, and Ron wanted to do the dance number, and so we just picked this thing out and we let him go with it. And Chris Harris was doing camera. It was one of the first times that Chris had ever really touched a camera. He just happened to be in the studio that night, and so now he has to try to track Ron going back and forth in the sort of spastic, like Fred Astaire on acid thing that he's doing.
What do you think, Ron?
Well, it's like this.
Wow. Gosh, Ron, I didn't even know you could dance.
I can't.
Nigel Buntwanta. I don't remember where the motivation came from for Nigel, but I do remember the energy level. This was something that was very important to Nigel's character, is that he was very spastic, very high energy, and very happy. All the things that I was not. I think you could kind of look at Nigel as the exact opposite of Ed O'Rourke at the time. He was upbeat, he was high energy, he was optimistic, and he was just filled with spirit. And me, at the time, I was ugly and angry. And
It's been a while since we've seen you, Nigel.
Oh, yes, quite a while, I know. And I love to be back. I love the camera. Camera on me. It's camera on me right now. Hello. Love it. Love the red light. Love the cameras. What's been happening? Very exciting show. I love it so far. Oh, my God. It's a bloody cat running around here.
Nigel,
Look. Hello, kitty. Seem to have scared him. Sorry.
Nigel, what, now you have a public access show, I understand.
Yes, actually I do, yes. But, I'm sort of getting away from the whole public television kind of thing, I've taken up a brand new line of work, actually, a new profession, actually. Hello, camera. What I've done, not the audience, what I've done, you see, I've become a debater, because I love to debate. I love to debate topics with other people. You know, it excites me. I'm sorry, truly. And what I've done is I've become a debater. I have achieved a master's degree in debating, you know, which makes my mother very happy. You know, she always said I'd be a master debater one day. And that's correct. Yes.
You were going to school at night. What do you do during the day?
Well, mainly, I stay in my room and master debate. But when I'm finished doing that, because it doesn't take all that much time sometimes, because I'm quite good at it. Actually, I merely go.
All right, we're going to break for.
Hello. Sorry, quite unprofessional of me, being a professional television person. Please go on. I have no shoes. All right, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I can't help it. Hello. One could tell that I love the camera, couldn't one? All right, truly, sorry.
And so they had started working on something with this map, and they just, whoever was programming it just decided we wanted it to get crazier and crazier. And again, I can't recall how much of it I really wrote. I must have written some, but largely it was looking at this map that was going crazy, and I just riffed on it.
That's the great thing about weather. There's so much of it all over the place. Let's take a look at the big board now. You can see up here in the northeast looks like clear skies around New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont. We're talking about good skiing weather, good conditions. You get down here around the Virginias, we're talking about a little bit of rain, and of course it's going to keep getting worse as you go down further south. Georgia, Louisiana, we're talking tornadoes. Big tornadoes. I love them. Yes, sirree. Nothing like nature's pure destructive force to start my day. We're talking about tornadoes so bad they're going to be finding trailer homes and Merle Haggard albums in Iowa. Talking about Iowa. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for this. Plague of frogs coming down through the Bible Belt. That's okay. They've been expecting it for 150 years. Absolutely. Up in Seattle, a lot of rain. So what? It's the only weather they ever get in Seattle. What's the difference? You give the people in Seattle a sunny day, they're going to go, holy cow, what's this? Unbelievable. Over here in Montana. Where's Montana? It's over here. Over here in Montana, we're talking about mud storms out of nowhere. Buckets of mud coming down out of the skies, but that's okay. They expect it this time of year because it's time for the big Montana Mud Festival, one of my personal favorites. We're talking about mud pies. We're talking mud board racing. We're talking about mud wrestling. They said, Mel, why don't you come on down? I said, no thanks, unless you got an Amazon bimbo in a leather suit. I'm out of here. You can see it's going to be a hell of a mess here. We got some highs coming down from the south. We got some lows coming up from the north, south. I don't know. I love weather. This is great. And in between the highs that are coming down from the north and the lows that are coming south, we're going to get some mediums across the middle. That's pretty rare. I guess it's a medium rare. That's a weather joke. You gotta love it. Okay. It's going to be a hell of a mess. I'd stay inside. I haven't seen anything like this since the Blitzkrieg. I don't know.
Ron actually had decided that I should do like the Willard Scott 100 and something birthday bit. So he had written some stuff down on index cards. I hadn't seen them before we actually went to shoot the bit. So I think if anything, what people remember about that bit is talking about the guy who I think was 168, and I said, 168? Lay down! You're taking up space! Totally off the... I hadn't had time to prepare. I didn't actually look at the cards before we went into the bit.
All right, let's look at some people having birthdays. We're talking about Bertha Lipschitz, Daytona, Florida. 130 years old today. She likes basketball, racquetball, and soft food. And also a happy birthday to Jonah Brickelstein from Portland, Oregon. 136 years old today. Sold his kidneys last week for a new set of furniture. Absolutely. Hey, out in Swampscott, Massachusetts, Stanley Firestall, 187 years young. 187, lay down, you're taking up space.
I can't speak for anybody else, but I think the desk segment was always the most fun. Pre-taped stuff, you sat there in the studio and you watched it on the monitor with everybody, and sometimes people faded away or went to the bathroom or whatever. When you did the desk segment, when you did the desk, it was camera on me time, and everybody was watching, and there was always that potential for absolute disaster.
The most fun for me was taking the ride with the audience. Even though I did the run sheet and I knew which things were going to be first and after and how long it was going to take, so it turned out to 60 minutes, I didn't know what was going to happen half the time. The sketch comedies that we wrote as we went along, so that was fun in itself. But the on-the-set characters from John and Ed that was a trip for me. That was my favorite part because I didn't know what was going to happen. They would give me certain cue lines, sometimes not. I wouldn't remember them anyway. So I would know when it was over. But I had no idea what was going to be happening in the meat of of that segment. So I was like the biggest fan of the show myself. I didn't know what was going to happen. They kept it to themselves, and it was that fresh.
Cool. Now, you guys you're in town for a while, I understand.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been around for a while, you know that.
Yeah, you guys are brothers, right?
We're brothers on Billy Jack Grimslade. You don't know. Let me finish my candy bar.
Yeah.
So we did it.
Willie, can I have a little kiss? Guys usually,
A kiss?
Yeah.
What are you,
No.
Get out of here! I heard about you guys.
Willie.
Yeah.
Now, you know the thing of it is, I didn't realize how much time it took to make beef jerky. I mean, you gotta dry it, you gotta spice it, you dry it, you gotta pound it out.
Oh, good.
So I didn't go all the way through making the beef jerky.
Wait a minute.
Well, I was walking down the street the other day. I have the sneakers I've been wearing for like 6 or 7 years, and the sole came out. And so when I took it out, I noticed that it smells almost exactly like beef jerky. So I figured it would be a good substitute. How is it?
And it's called Pagnagastro Chuki.
Now, what does that mean?
Your parents are dead.
Yes. Well,
And you say, he says, Billy, I'm sorry, your parents are dead in the car crash. And I tell you, it sounds cruel, but the look on the child's face is priceless, I tell you.
what is it, Wendell?
I was the voices of Milli Vanilli.
You were? You were the voices? Can't believe
I'm
that.
afraid so, Ron. It's a horrifying story, really. I was in Germany last year. I was in Heidelberg. Have you been there?
Heidelberg? No, I haven't. Our next...
All right, so it happens. You get gas every now and then, okay? So if the restaurant is loud, at least you can let one go and nobody notices.
Certainly, yeah.
And if something smells a little odd, you can make believe it's the food, right? Okay, so I walk into this Mason Lewis, and the first thing I notice, I'm thinking, great, I'm going home with stomach cramps because the place is too damn quiet. I'm not going to be able to express myself.
How much time do we have? Oh, not again. What is it now?
I forgot the disc. Hold on, Ed.
Yeah.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Can you put the band lights on? Good. What? Guys? Thanks.
Beautiful.
Some of my favorite moments are when, whether planned or not, something that you've done absolutely slays Ron, and you could always tell because the head would turn away and the hand there would be one finger like, hold on, I'll be back in a minute, but right now I'm losing my shit.
Were you indeed wearing her underwear?
Yes, I was. I mean, they fit. Are you okay? I don't see where this should be upsetting to you. Mr. Van Dam?
Proposal was made to you?
Well, yeah.
And what was that proposal?
A woman, a very wealthy woman, approached me one day, and actually we were, I was out and about, and
And we got to talking, and she said, I'd like to make love to you for one night. And she made me an offer.
But what was that offer, George?
Dinner at Sizzler. She said that if I would give myself to her completely and totally for one night. It's kind of funny when I think about it now. She would buy me dinner at Sizzler.
It's horrible. It's a horrible story.
Bernie, I remember. Bernie's origins, I remember. We had a guest on the show that night, and I think her name was Bubbles, and she was a clown. I went up and asked Bubbles if I could borrow some of her makeup, and she had some clowning accessories. So she had the big multicolored afro wig, and she had some makeup, and I made this very, very angry. With this very, very angry face, which was the sort of the anti-clown, and then we traced the face on my belly. I want to say that Bernie was angry, but Bernie was sort of a conduit for Ed O'Rourke's anger.
This is a good one. Dear Stomach Claus, I have been so good. I would like a large hefty bag filled with gunpowder, some electrical tape, 30 feet of copper wire, a battery from a car, an old wind-up clock or timer, and a puppy. That is from Botschnigzo Zima, who is 3.5 years old today. And it's very cute.
God love him.
I think it's really something to
Okay.
see.
You have time for about 2 more letters.
Okay, I have one more. It's a poem.
Oh,
And you
okay.
know, we had the contest in Yugoslavia.
I didn't know
and
that.
Tonight we give out the prize for the poem. And this is the poem that they wrote to me. It's a very short one. It goes, I would like a bowling ball, a big, round, heavy bowling ball, and I will roll it down the hall, down the stairs and off the wall. It will fly over the bed of my sleeping brother Ted, and it will bash him in the head, and then, of course, he will be dead. And even though I'm only 9, I will then have a mug of wine, because Ted is dead and I am fine, and now his stereo is mine. And for that child, that lucky child who has come up with that wonderful poem, we have the big prize, the Crazy Viking Death Hook.
Like a virgin, like a virgin, ooh, for the very first time, like a virgin. I feel that I owe it all to you. I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through. We were on a hunting trip in the wilderness. Somehow I made it through, like a virgin. I wasn't really a virgin, but because of you, like a virgin. Woo.
Flowers, get your flowers here with me. Excuse me, sir, buy some flowers from me. Sir, don't pass on by. Flowers, get these here flowers from me. Flowers, anybody buy flowers from me. Hello, sir, excuse me. Would you like to buy some of these here flowers for your gal, sir?
What a raw type of English you have. Right. Now, Repeat after me, if you will. Cow.
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 Make the owl sound.
Ow.
Cow.
Cow.
No, young lady. You just can't get it, can
I
you?
can't do it, sir.
Cow.
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 Oh, damn it. What is bloody wrong with you?
I'm trying, sir.
Let's try this, Eliza. The rain.
The rain.
In Spain.
In Spain.
Falls mainly.
Falls mainly.
On the plain.
On the plane.
On the plane. Damn it. Let's try this.
Damn it, let's try this.
The rain.
The rain.
In Dighton.
In Dighton.
Falls mainly.
Falls mainly.
On their brains.
On their brains.
I think she's got it. What's new with you?
Well, I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, we'll have a whopper. Just get me to the church on time.
Okay. Good. Well, it's good to have you here.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
Now, how long have you been doing films, Brandy?
About 2 years.
2 years now.
Pretty new.
57 films in 2 years.
They want a lot of screamy horror movies these days.
Yeah. Now you're in what they call the grade B movies. Now, what exactly is a grade B movie?
I don't know.
We're going to take a look at some clips from some of your most popular films. But before we do you remember any of your most popular films?
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that first one. The bimbo thing.
The Five Bimbos from Venus. So we're going to see a clip from Five Bimbos from Venus first. Okay. Steve, you want to roll some of her finest moments? Watch them all.
You're visiting for 2 hours? I'll have a chocolate cone, please.
We don't have chocolate.
You don't have chocolate?
That's incredible. That is fine work. Very, very good.
Love you, Mandy.
That is great. How long does it take you? How long does it take you to rehearse your lines for a big film like that?
Oh, a couple of hours.
That long? That's amazing. Do you have a dialogue coach?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, where are you staying when you're in? You're in Brockton now. Did you know that?
Yep.
Yeah. How does Brockton compare to Hollywood for you?
There's no comparison. Brockton sucks.
Kaufman has a precarious line here. Somehow he's managed to get it just on the railing near the pool. He's calling on his caddy now. He's again selecting a putter. This is a bold. He's decided against that putter. It's a bold move to take the second putter. This is going to be a tough shot. Kaufman is up. This is going to be, it's tough. I don't know how he's going to approach the shot. He's got to get almost 1 foot in the pool. He's going to have at least 1 foot in the pool, I think, to make this shot. He's making the approach. Kaufman he's sliding, losing his balance. And Kaufman is in the pool. What a bold maneuver. In order to get the shot, Kaufman has actually put himself in the pool.
I knew a show was good when I hurt. There were times when I laughed so hard that the stomach actually hurt and I could not breathe. Literally could not breathe. And that's when I knew that I didn't care if the audience was enjoying it or not. It was a great ride for me.